when the cultural programming fails. Link to this text can be found at Hotel Tango Tango Papa Sierra / / Golf Oscar Oscar Golf Lima / X-ray Capital Victor Tango 5 X-ray Delta. Because there was too much reliance on a general and non-nuanced template, of which only the ecstatic few knew enough to be able to make a change, and those with the levers of power were de facto non-reflective androids themselves, incapable of conceiving that of which they were a fabrication of a designed environment. So, the fabric of a matrix had only theorists, but no technicians, except those obscure theorists and few technicians who knew of what was the dense and obscure features for others. The matrix fabric of public programming was left neglected and assumed to work as a Swiss clock that it wasn't. After World War II, the United States have a great advantage to have the human, material, and mechanical resources to be the vendor to the world. The population that was starved and desperate for any kind of work during the 30s depression has its children of the 20s and 30s as the now productive warriors of the post-World War II industrial boom. The resulting prosperity brought not only the hard-earned and deserved material luxuries, but the time to appreciate the intangibleness of the luxuries of life. In this new expanded matrix of time for the American population, particularly the younger generation, which was not carrying the burden of being child labor to contribute to the family incomes, aesthetics gained greater credibility and value. One of those aesthetics was the idea of individual transcendence in a secular, non-sectarian form. Into this milieu, the subjective inner phenomena found its insemination and gestation. The energy of engagement of one's imagination was finding its application outside of rote, monotonous, and monotonous mechanics. The soul was reuniting itself with the intellect, creating new dimensions of experience that were formerly repressed or suppressed, but also whimsically unique in the new, expanded, and more multidimensional sets of movements within this broad matrix. Consider a three-dimensional matrix of length, width, and depth, and height. In this matrix of opportunity of liberty, as well as freedom of choice, exist those who are unattached to any of the poles of orientation of the matrix. Their souls are unpolluted and uninhibited in a matrix where the nexi of polarized control have degraded and degenerated due to the ignorance of the esoterics of the matrix. A knowledge of cognitions are learned and practiced within the broken poles of a greater expanded matrix. The phenomena of the multiple forms from the permutations found creates dimpled reservoirs in the topography of the matrix fabric. In those dimples, iconoclastic cultures are being formed from those cultural and social petri enclaves. The full aesthetic roles are being fulfilled with liberated intensity and idiosyncratic ingenuity that defies and outlaws to the polar nexi of control of the matrix. The new energy within the expanded matrix allows for the absorption by those who have nurtured the different qualities that can be conceived in the signs, symbols, and metaphors of the forms perceived in the new multitude of subjective experience and role modeling. The strength and intensity of each new phenomena is determined by the horticulture of the seeds of inspiration found in the forms of the now available conceptions for feasible employment. The resonances within the micropoles of critical resonating mass, with the tangible and more profoundly the intangible forms, became the intercourses which fueled greater vitality and with it inspiration. From the inspiration, more dimensions are planted and blossom forth until the original matrix of a program becomes inflated like an aggregate of attached bubbles. In those bubbles brew the dynamics of the resonances between people to people and the people to concepts intercourses, with both metaphysical placentas are forming, gestating the productions of entities that have little to minimal cohesion, let alone adherence, since they are the mutations of the expanded matrix. Thank you.